Okay, so your worksheet, gentlemen, in front of you is asking you for a few things. The first thing that you'll notice is that it has a blank. Okay, it never is going to tell you exactly how many of a particular atom that you might need. So it says bond one carbon atom to an unknown number of hydrogen atoms. You'll need to fill that in. But you'll notice, quit tapping please, you'll notice that you have 1, 2, 3 different things you'll need to give me, and then you'll get an initial from me once you've built it correctly with your models. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's start here with 1 carbon atom to an unknown number of hydrogen. I told you last week you do hydrogen last and the other one first, right? So in this case I have carbon, and just so you know, you always do carbon first, then oxygen, then hydrogen, in that order, COH, okay? So the Lewis dot, I'm not going to make you draw the atomic model today. Everybody say yay. Yay, right? Okay, so what family is hydrogen, or is carbon in, sorry? 4th family, look at it. Oh, it's on. You guys get your periodic table out. I'm going to roll mine down. I just noticed it wasn't exposed. All right, so if you look at, oh, that was almost bad, wasn't it? I am not used to those being there. Okay. If you're listening to this recording, I almost broke some glass. All right, so up on the periodic table, you can see carbon is in the 4th family, right? So we know it has how many valence electrons? 4, right? If it has 4, it wants how many total? 8. So how many more does it need? 4. So it has to bond 4 times. Look at hydrogen. I told you you're going to bind it with hydrogen. Hydrogen is in what family? 1. So there's 1. Is that hydrogen happy? Yes. Is carbon happy? No, it only has 5, right? So we're going to have to just keep doing this. My H's aren't turning out too well because this thing's trailing. But you get the idea, right? Okay? That's the Lewis dot structure. If you were in chemistry class, you would have been like, okay, I'm going to circle this, 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 and then carbon would have gotten all these, right? That's a little confusing, I know, so we don't have to do it. It's biology, it's not chemistry. So let's jump back. I like it just showing the shared pairs. That keeps it simple, right? KISS. Keep it simple, students. Is that what that stands for? Really? All right. Students, I said. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shared pairs around carbon, right? With hydrogen off the end. 1 line for each shared pair. That would be your structural formula that we learned last week. Makes sense. Hey, carbon wants how many more bonds to be happy? 4. That means every time I see carbon, it should have 4 lines around it, right? Somewhere. Carbon always needs 4 lines if it's bonding covalently. How many lines does hydrogen always have to have? 1. If hydrogen bonds twice, do I have a problem? Yes, yes. Yes, ma'am. That's a line. Yep, those. She asked a question, does this shared pair turn into lines? The answer is yes. There's a line, there's a line, there's a line, there's a line. Shared pair, shared pair, shared pair, shared pair. Okay? Chemical formula. That's easy, right? CH subscript of 4 because there's 4 carbons. Well, that's all you need to do on your paper. Now let's look at what I need you to build as your model. So if you look at your little packets there, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get a plain white piece of paper here to do this on top of. So we do carbon first. Everybody grab one of those black ones. Okay? This is not a time to have a fun conversation with your neighbor. That's later. How many knobs are on that black one? There's 4 of them. Okay? What family is carbon in? 4, but how many times does it want to bond? 4, right? Okay. Everybody grab the yellow one. What is the yellow? Sulfur. Folks, this is not a time to talk to your neighbor. Sulfur is in what family? 6. How many more to be happy? 2. How many knobs does it have? 2. Therefore, it can bond twice. Okay? So that's how these kits are built. This white stick is a bond. That's like a line on your structural formula. So if on your structural formula you have a line, see that line right there? That's where this little stick would go that I'm showing you. So that's where this stick goes, this guy right here. Okay? So how many of these sticks is carbon going to need always? 4. So go ahead and put all 4 on carbon, 4 of those white rods. So I'm going to start putting these on. I know carbon, no matter what, to make carbon happy is going to have to bond 4 times, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick them on there. All right? So I've shown you bonds, but I haven't shown you what I'm bonding it to, right? Everybody grab the white little guys. And we know we're going to need how many of those? 4. Okay. And let's go ahead and bond them where they go. And so what you're going to see now is your structural formula in a 3D structure. So here's the thing, you guys. Listen carefully. Once you have one whole side formulated, drawn in a Lewis dot, a structural formula, and built the models, you and your partner, notice I said partner, not table. All tables are sharing a set. Once that's done, you're going to get me, and then I will come over and I'll check them, and then you'll get initials from Mr. Mason. Okay? Until you have my initials, you are not done. Do I want you to call me over after each one? No. Please, when you have the whole page done, the front, call me over. And then flip over to the back side. Right now. Right now. Right now. All right. So if you look at the back side here, you guys need to do through number 11 and then come get me to come over again. So you'll have me over twice. Once for the front side, then once through 11. And then once I've checked through 11, you're going to go ahead and try to do the more advanced ones. You'll notice something. I do not ask for the structural formula for the last 12 through 17, the last 5 there. That's because that formula, there could be different, what are called isomers for those, so don't worry about drawing the structural formula there. Okay? All right. So, what questions do you guys have right now? Are there any questions? I think that's pretty straightforward. All right.